What's going on, everybody? This is the Burndown. Today's episode, what does it really mean to be a cigar sommelier?
Can you really get it with just a credit card in a 40-hour work week? Stay tuned, because it's a Burndown.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burndown. I'm Justin, a.k.a. the Dapper Cigar.
I'm Eric, a.k.a. Brother Cigar, as you all know.
If you're new to this channel, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell to be notified every single time we drop a new video. It's every single Friday there's a new episode. We got videos throughout the week.
Yep.
If you're an audiophile and you're listening to this, just hit the 5-star, 5 thumbs up, 5 likes, highest rating, whatever
Give us
you
a comment.
got. Follow it, comment. Just do us your kindness, please.
Check out our website, burndownpodcast.com. Become a member, $5 a month. Exclusive discounts, Nova Cigar, cigarandpipes.com, Rebuy Vinyl, Kansas Clean Distillery. Get entered into a monthly giveaway. Every single month we give away cigars, accessories, booze. Or you could win a 30-minute Zoom session with these two gentlemen right here. The choice is yours. So become a member, $5 a month. Let's go.
Boom. We got to speed up the call to action. We got to
Hey,
it's like a minute.
That was actually pretty fast.
It was good. It was good.
In the past, it's been a little bit long.
You know what we should do is we should say, we should kind of shorten it to check out the website, links in the description below, all the information's in the comment section.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Get people to go down there and look, just to kind of speed it up.
Well, people who are listening, though.
That's good. That's a good point. You strike up a good point. We're in a conundrum there.
Yeah, we're in a pickle.
We're in a pickle, Dick.
Pickle. What the hell is a cigar sommelier?
Okay, so what is a cigar sommelier? What does it take to call yourself a cigar sommelier? Can you get it in one day? Can you get it in a week?
I see people posting it like on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I'm a master cigar sommelier. I'm like, what?
What is that?
Russell Wilson? I mean, Russell Westbrook?
What?
And I'm like, what's the qualifications here?
So we're going to look into that because we don't really know. We're not cigar sommeliers, nor do we call ourselves masters of cigar knowledge because, that requires a lot. But we do say that we're knowledgeable in cigars, so we're interested to find out more about what does it actually what does it entail?
Yeah.
In case we wanted to become cigar experts and call ourselves cigar sommeliers, what do we got to do?
There's a lot of back and forth. Is it a scam? Is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. It's a lot of personal, good personal knowledge. Does it make you better in the cigar industry? All these back and forth questions that we want answers to.
Yeah, and then we'll come up with the end what we think. Do we think that it's actually worth the cost and the time?
I mean, maybe my face can tell.
I'm actually going to say, is it worth the cost? Because the time, obviously, it takes time to develop a knowledge of anything, right? And there's a certain amount of time that I think that you would have to put into a craft to call yourself a master. But we'll get into that. So before we get into that, we got to light up a cigar, and we got to pour ourselves a drink. We got a lot. It's going to be good.
A lot of opinions on this.
This is going to be good.
Let's go.
We might lose some followers. We might gain some followers on this one.
No, we're just sharing our opinion. I mean, if you really get butthurt from it, I mean, it's on you.
You shouldn't be watching this episode. Listen, it's just our honest opinion.
Yeah, it's our opinion, son.
It's our hashtag opinion, son.
Hashtag opinion.
Shit, that's my opinion, bro. That's my opinion.
I mean, you really shouldn't be getting butthurt or felt attacked. I mean, come on now. That's not what we're here for.
Right. So let's get a cigar going and let's get some of this Hibiki poured out.
Yeah, I got the
tell him.
Caldwell, Long Live the King.
Long Limbs Lenore.
Long Limbs Lenore from Forrest Gump. I actually know that actress. Fun fact.
I'm sorry I ruined your New Year's Eve party, Lieutenant Dan, but she tasted like cigarettes.
Growing up, my family loved Forrest Gump, and I watched it. And Long Limbs Lenore, my family was always like, "Oh, we know, we're friends with her. We know her." And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I didn't realize as a little kid who she played until I got older. And I was like, oh, she's a prostitute. Nice. We knew a prostitute. Not in real life.
She was legit. Oh.
No. She played one in Forrest Gump.
What about this bad boy?
7 different tobaccos. That's hot.
See, now if you're a cigar sommelier, would you know that? You better know that.
Yeah, seriously. It's one of the only kinds of cigars that have that.
Come on, man.
Oh shit! I'm rocking Calvin Klein today. Like, what's this? I was just watching Back to the Future all weekend.
Actually, my friends call me Marty. Oh, nice to meet you, Calvin. Marty. Klein. All right, so I'm going to be smoking the South American Ritmo by Avo. This, like Eric said, has 7 tobacco from 7 different countries. The blend is 5 different countries. The binder is another country, and the wrapper is the 7th country.
The cigar smells so good. I want to smoke it up.
And then we're going to be drinking some Hibiki. So why don't we pour this out? Let's cut these, light these, so we can spark it up, talk it out, and burn it down.
And figure out what the hell a Cigar Sommelier is.
So, let's cheers to the episode like we do every episode. Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Let's do it, babe.
Salud.
Speaking of that, I forgot my pinky ring in my car.
Did you have it on your necklace?
Ooh.
Damn, that's some good stuff.
It's always that first swig. It's like the toughest.
The first swig is tough because you're not,
Your palate isn't ready for it.
All right, so what does it mean to be a cigar sommelier?
Well, let me ask this: what does the word sommelier actually mean?
Okay, so we got a new item, new addition to the
to the studio.
We have an iPad here.
Perfect.
This is actually courtesy of Kelly, my girlfriend. Shout out to my girlfriend Kelly.
Like what does the word sommelier actually mean?
Yeah, so we got this iPad, so now we can look shit up because we film on our phone. So let's look up. What is the word sommelier?
It's got to be like master or master of a trait or some kind of person that knows a lot of shit.
So sommelier define comes up, but it says a wine steward. But here we go.
A wine steward.
Let's go sommelier because I think the term sommelier refers to wine. The original term. So this one says a sommelier or wine steward is a trained and knowledgeable wine professional, normally working in fine restaurants, who specializes in all aspects of wine service, as well as wine and food pairing. So it's basically somebody who knows so much about wine that they can
offer different pairings.
Different pairings, yes.
Oh, you want a Cab Sav? Oh, that goes well with X. Oh, you want a Chianti? That goes good with Y.
And it's also about service. It says here that sommelier may be responsible for the development of wine lists and books, and for the delivery of wine service and training to the restaurant staff. So it's basically everything there is to know about wine.
So why is it called a cigar sommelier then?
So cigar sommelier is probably the same thing, but with cigars. So you should know everything there is to know.
But isn't sommelier mean a wine steward? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I guess they're just, I
guess they just lumped it in together?
I guess so. So let's look up the definition of cigar.
Because my thing is, how can you be a master? I see all these people posting things on the internet, right? Oh, I'm a cigar sommelier license. I have my cigar sommelier certificate. But how does that really qualify you? Just by going online and doing 40, 50 hour course.
So let's look it up.
Take a test.
So what is necessary to become a cigar sommelier?
I feel like you have to go to the factory. You gotta be in it. You gotta be in the rough of it. I mean, it's good for knowledge, but
so actually, I found right here. So I typed in cigar sommelier, and it came up with the International Association of Cigar Sommeliers. Okay. And it says is an organization dedicated to train hospitality professionals and act as a liaison between consumers, retailers, and producers to enhance the most sensorial experience while smoking a premium cigar. Okay, so it's basically a fancy way to say that they aid in cigar service and pairing and all that stuff. So, on their website, you can go to shop.
Shop around.
And they have an online course, Cigar Sommelier Diploma.
Perfect.
Diploma for $360.
Okay.
And it says it's an online course. Here's the description. Here's what it takes to be certified as a cigar sommelier. This is what it takes to get your diploma.
I don't know.
50-hour training course. All the core material become knowledgeable in cigar service, tasting, and pairing. Since program, okay. In order to meet our educational requirements, candidates must attain no less than 80% in a written exam and submit 5 practice tasting sheets.
So, hold on. So, all right, stop here. So, $360, 50 hours, 80 on the test, 5 practice what? Pairings?
Tasting sheets. So, I'm assuming you smoke 5 different cigars and you got to provide a tasting sheet.
Okay.
And then you can call yourself a cigar expert.
All right, but what's to say that tasting sheet isn't correct?
Well, here's the thing, okay? Me personally, to call yourself a master of anything, you need to devote years and years, 10,000 hours, as the old adage goes, right?
If you want to be a master at something, you got to put in that work.
You got to put in the work.
10,000 hours.
As far as I'm concerned, you can't just take one course and pay $400 and say, I'm a cigar expert.
Well, duh.
Okay. Now,
you could say I'm more versed in cigar knowledge.
Yeah, you can, but to call yourself a master,
I think that's the whole point of this conversation. It's you want to take the course and do all this stuff to be more knowledgeable. Hey, by all means, go ahead, have at it.
Yeah, of course.
But when people walk around and they are flashing the certificate around, like they call themselves a cigar sommelier master, expert or whatever. Pump the brakes real quick.
Yeah, and I think that's what we want to point out is that it, like you said, that's the whole
fact check, son.
Is great. Is it a good course? Worth the money? I don't know. I haven't taken it, but you could probably learn all of this other stuff by just reading. Just go to the library and get books on cigars, or ask around, talk to different blenders, research.
We've talked about cigar
take a plane
books.
ticket and go down to Cuba or go down to Dominican Republic or Nicaragua, or any of these places, and go to the factories. That's probably worth a lot more value to you than to take a course. However,
that's a sick trip.
You know what I'm
saying? That's
saying?
what I say. I feel like you got to be in it. You got to be in the trenches. You got to be at the tobacco plantation. You got to be talking to the master blenders. You got to be taking the tours. You got to be there.
I mean, ask any of the big names, like ask Rocky Patel or Lito Gomez or Pete Johnson or Arturo Fuente, any of these guys like Carlito Fuente.
LFD, Tatuaje Cigars.
Carlito. Ask any of these big names if they would even consider themselves a master. They probably won't even consider. And they've been in it for years.
Well, I've always read things that tobacco is always it's an antiquated industry, but it's always changing.
It's ever changing, yeah.
There's always things that come up, and it's just you can to call yourself a master over an online
after
course,
50 hours online,
even if you do it in person, right? Like if you're
because they have an in-person one right here. There's a New York Cigar Sommelier, $700, and I think this is in person. The training courses, the diploma will be held from July 17th to 18th, but 20 hours electronic learning pre-work will be required. So it's basically like 2 days. So this one's in person. It's 2 days, and it's $700. And again, you get to, and it says the Cigar Sommelier certificate is the most complete and recognized cigar education degree all over the world. Probably because it's the only cigar degree on the world.
And I read somewhere that it doesn't progress you in the cigar industry. Like
it doesn't do anything.
You don't go to Nicaragua and say I took my Cigar Sommelier class online or in person. They would go, great.
Yeah,
good for you.
So that brings us to is it really worth it? Now, I don't want to try. We're not trying to knock down this company. Like, all right, I think they talk about how International Association of Cigar Sommeliers, I think they talk about how they're just trying to widen and expand the cigar culture all over the planet, which is great. And we applaud you for that because that's what we're trying to do. That's fantastic, right? But is this diploma really worth
It's
putting the time in to get it? Because what can it do for you? It's like you go to school for 4 years, you get a degree. And you get a degree in whatever it is, electrical engineering. And then you can go and become an electrical engineer, right? Because you studied for 4 years, now you have a degree, and now you can work. So it'll do something for you. Is this going to do anything for you? Besides putting it in your bio on your Instagram?
That's what it's all about. I think, honestly, that's what's ruining the reputation for this. Is they're trying to provide a service like, hey, learn about cigars, learn about this. And then you have everyone on social media trying to flex. And they're like, oh, I'm a cigar sommelier. And they're like, well, you work a 9-to-5 job and you post cigars on the weekend. So how does that qualify you?
Right. Like, I think, it's great that people are trying, if you take the course, you're trying to expand your knowledge.
Yeah.
You're trying to get into the industry. If you're new and you want to learn all about cigars, great. If you're brand new, you want to learn everything, great, do it. But you can go pick up the cigar book and read that, and you'll learn pretty much everything there is to know. Smoke cigars on a daily. Rip open a cigar and see what,
At the end of the conversation, just read the cigar book. There's like 5 different editions.
Just read. Just read on the industry.
It's like 400 pages. It takes you from all the way back to Christopher Columbus, sailing the ocean blue, bringing it over to Europe, and to where cigars are today and how they develop between Cubans and non-Cubans and how they grow and different leaves and different tobaccos, And if you really want to know, I got a shit ton of cliff notes that I have provided for other people. So if you really want to know, reach out to me and I'll send you my cliff notes on the book.
No, but I think that's a perfect example of neither one of us took the course. No, the course could be great. We haven't taken it. This is just our speculation from reading some different articles about the course.
Say? I see a big red.
I know. But I think that, I consider myself very knowledgeable in cigars. I didn't take the course. How did I get knowledgeable? By smoking cigars for the past decade, by reading about cigars for the past decade. Every time I smoke a cigar, I read about it. I find out where it's from. I find out what it tastes like, and I compare, okay, this one's from Dominican Republic, and it tastes like this. That one's from Dominican Republic, it tastes like this. I read up, why do they taste like this in Dominican Republic? Why does Nicaraguan taste that way?
Dude,
you just read all about it, and you develop the knowledge. But it's not just one course that I took online, and all of a sudden I say I know everything about cigars.
It's just like anything else, man. It's just a quick route. It's just the instant gratification. It's just a fast route. You know what I mean?
Talk to me, boy.
Listen, you wanna get knowledgeable? Cool, take the class. But don't be walking around saying I'm better than you, because you ain't shit, motherfucker.
Exactly. So this one. So I want to pull up these two articles. So
I make myself laugh.
I know it's Wrath. I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's Wrath. You went. Yeah, it's Wrath.
Did I say? I don't even know what I was trying to say, but I want to pull these two articles. So this one, the Ministry of Cigars came out with an article, and this was a couple of years ago, but they came out with an article talking about
what's it dated? 2019.
2019.
Oh, so
actually
2 years ago.
Exactly 2 years ago, September.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Okay.
And they kind of ripped on it. Okay?
Stop! Scam alert!
Big stop! Scam alert! And they ripped on it. And there's a couple things that they pointed out in here. They were saying that, let's see, for a few hundred American dollars and a few hours of your time, you can call yourself International Cigar Sommelier.
Sounds like
and
us.
It says this is an insult to every single expert in the world, a degradation of the world sommelier, and a slap in the face to everyone in the industry. A few hours of your time and a few $100 doesn't make you an expert. It makes you a gullible victim of a scammer.
Damn.
So they're going hard. They're going hard on it.
They're going in.
Okay, these are not our words. These are the words of Ministry Cigars right here. But it strikes up a good point. It says, tobacco and cigars are a complicated matter. Thousands of components need to come together. From the soil, the seed, the conditions of the blend, to the vitola and the pairings. You can spend your whole life in the industry and only scratch the surface. Ask people who aren't born in the industry but are now renowned brand owners, like Pete Johnson and Alito Gomez, we talked about. Johnson says he's no way a master, and Gomez recalls her first steps in the industry. Blah, 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 blah. Another is Rocky Patel, but he goes, it simply takes that long to learn the complicated matters of tobacco. It is simply impossible to learn it in a few hours for a few $100s. So they're talking about this, is that it takes years and years and years to develop the palate for smoking cigars. You can't just smoke 5 cigars and say, yeah, I know all the different blends. No.
Let me tell you this, right? I'll tell you this right now. I am in the construction sales world. I'm in the construction world, right? I practice and sell a lot of different life safety devices. For example, like fire alarm systems and radio communication for the fire departments and stuff like that, right? When I first started, they put me through I got credit, a college, what do you call it? A local college, community college down in North Carolina. They have a course on like fire alarm etiquette, all the stuff between code, different procedures, equipment, different measurements, all the stuff. I took that like 2.5 years ago. Hasn't made me any better.
Still don't know it.
I passed the class, but it gave me little nuances. But I wasn't like, all right, I know everything and anything to do with fire alarm systems. I know everything about building code. I know everything about fire alarm code, fire code, electrical code. I'm still, now I'm rocking and rolling. Just closed another deal today, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
But still, it just goes to show how many people, I imagine, the people want to do it for the piece of paper. They want it for the good job, Justin. Pat on the back. They want to be like, hey, look at me. I got this. That's my opinion.
They want validation.
Because how many people, and again, this is my opinion. How many people are going to take that and actually utilize it? And remember it.
I don't think that it can really do anything. Like if you have 2 people, if you have a guy, okay, like here's an example. If you have a cigar lounge and you're trying to hire a new manager, okay? And you have a guy over here that's been in the cigar industry for 15 years, smoking cigars 15 years, in the industry for 15 years. And then you have a person over here that's maybe 1 year, but they have this Cigar Sommelier diploma.
They have retail experience.
No, they just have this diploma.
Yeah.
Who are you going to take?
Obviously the guy with the experience.
So the diploma doesn't do shit.
Because like it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If this was like something that was needed to get a certain position, like if you wanted to open up your own cigar brand, you need to get this.
Yeah.
Then great. All right. Then it's a stepping stone. Like for instance, when I go back to the college thing, if you want to be a doctor, you need to have a degree. I would hope that the guy who's performing surgery went to school and studied for 4 years and then practiced for another 4 years and I would hope that he has a degree in whatever it is, okay? But if a guy is recommending a cigar to me, I'm not hoping that he has a Cigar Sommelier diploma.
Like, if I'm talking to somebody, right, like from a cigar company, and they say, oh, I've been in the industry for 15 years, I've been to Dominican Republic multiple times, I've been to Nicaragua, blah, 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 I love cigars, everything. They're like, all right off the bat, I know you know your stuff. If you are just a casual cigar smoker and you have this Cigar Sommelier certificate, I don't think it doesn't really get me jived up. It doesn't really be like, oh, you know your shit. You just took a class. Like if it's just to make you, I guess, more knowledgeable, which is good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're just trying to expand your knowledge, I think the whole point that we're getting at here is if you want to take it, like we're not knocking anybody who takes it. If you take it, great. You're learning about cigars and you're building your knowledge about cigars. Mm-hmm. But I think the main point here is I think we both believe that that doesn't give you the right to call yourself a cigar master or an expert in cigars. Just because you took a course and you have a certificate doesn't make you an expert. Mm-hmm. Does it make you more knowledgeable? Yes. Does it make you an expert? No. So I think that's the big thing here is the people that are waving it around like it's a freaking flag or they just won the gold medal in the Olympics, that's a problem. Like you didn't do shit. But if you want to get it and say, hey, yeah, I got my diploma from this school. They were offering a class and I took it and I learned a lot, and I'm continuing to develop my skills and then great, fantastic, more power to you. It's just another. It's like you read the book. I read the book. I wanted to learn more, so I took this class, and I was so intrigued, and now I want to continue to learn more. So I'm going to go to Cuba, or I'm going to. Yeah. That's fantastic. You're building your knowledge, but don't wave it around like it's a fucking cape, okay?
Because I talk to more I've talked to real cigar people in the industry, people that sell cigars, people that own cigar companies, and they kind of are like on our side. They're like, it's kind of whack. Like,
I know people that actually have it and feel the same way. They're like, yeah, I have it, and they're just like, but they're not saying, oh yeah, I'm a freaking. They have it, and they still say, oh no, there's way more to learn. I'm not an expert. I took a class, and now I'm more knowledgeable, but I'm no by any means I'm not an expert.
Well, we didn't even bring this point up. To be a wine sommelier, you gotta. It's at least a minimum of a year.
My buddy is one. My buddy's level 1 wine sommelier.
How long did that take? A year.
And it was months and months and months of studying.
Yeah.
And practicing and studying and learning. Then there was the test. Then there was the blind tasting. And then there was this. You have to be in the service industry for, I think it's a year or 2 years. So I remember. I don't know exactly how long it took him, but I know that it was like at least a year that it took him to get this. And he was like bugging. And
there's not a lot of wine sommeliers out there. It's not like something you can just take a course on.
Well, there's not a lot of like level 1s. I know that. I mean level masteries. So okay, here's a perfect example. Okay, with the wine sommelier, I think there's different levels to the wine sommelier. There's like level 1, level 2, level 3, and then mastery.
Like Meek Mill said, there's levels to this shit.
But there's different levels. There's 1, 2, 3, and I think there's 3, and then mastery, and it gets exponentially harder for each one. And then to become a mastery, I don't think there's more than. I mean, shit. Let's Google. We got the thing right here. I'm gonna say, I don't think there's more than 1,000 people on this planet. I don't think there's more than 100 people on this planet that are masteries.
Well, just go. Let me just. Like you said. He was studying for months and months and months how to do a blind tasting. That in itself is super hard.
Here you go. The Court of Master Sommeliers. I Googled how many Master Sommeliers are there in the world. 269.
Damn.
There are 269 professionals worldwide who have received the title of Master Sommelier. Which means there are 269 people on the planet that can officially call themselves Masters of Wine. Okay, so what makes you think that you can... And these guys...
Like, let me put it this way. You gain experience, you gain knowledge. Like, you play a sport, but you don't make it to the playoffs. You don't win the championship. You get experience from that year for the next year. You don't get a participation trophy and say, hey, I played football, I played basketball, yay. No. You suck it up, and you go the next year, and then you make the playoffs, and you get a trophy. I'm talking to myself because Justin's...
No, I hear what you're saying. Like, it's a participation award that people are saying. Like, when you want to build a championship, it's not like, all right, I went to one freaking camp and now I'm the best basketball player.
I played football for a season.
It takes years and years. Do you think LeBron James got as good as he did, or as good as he is, by going to one camp? No. So I was just trying to find out where this was. So here's the About section. How does someone become... When a candidate has successfully passed all 4 examinations, introductory, certified, advanced, and master, minimum of 10 years. There you go.
A minimum of 10 years?
So here we go. So I just Googled, how long does it take to become a master sommelier? And from som.us, the sommelier certification says, for most aspiring master sommeliers, this can be an investment of a minimum of 10 years.
Damn.
I'm clicking the link to see if it takes me directly to it because...
Not 10 hours, not 10 days.
No, 10 years.
Not 10 months, 10 years.
Okay, it says, so what does it take to become a master sommelier?
You don't have to go, dude, you don't have to go into much detail. It just says it right there. The devil's in the details. Minimum of 10 years.
And I think my buddy was saying that the master's test is they basically give you a wine and from anywhere, and you have to tell like what it is. Like what the grape is, what year it is, where it's from, who makes it. Like they give you a red wine, you'd be like, that is a 2015 Joseph Phelps Cabernet.
No shot.
Like that's how good these people are. There's only 269 of them on the planet of 8 billion people.
Cigar Sommelier certification. Not about that life. Not about it.
So here's another. So remember the Ministry of Cigars? They kind of roasted them. So there was another one. So our boys at Fine Tobacco New York City.
Shout out to Matthias Clark going to his event next week. Let's go.
Shout out to Matthias. We are going to his event this week. So he published, I think it was a day later, September 16th, 2019.
Oh, shit.
The day after that one. He was talking about how there was basically Ministry of Cigar was roasting the IACS, which is International Association of Cigar Sommeliers. And then the IACS fired back, and they had this little thing going on. So I'm like, oh. So
this is like a recap.
So this was kind of, so he was like, let me. So this was,
snap. So there's some beef going on.
So there's some beef going on. It's the Ministry of Cigars. We read about that, right?
Shit, take it to the streets.
So
Let's
Ministry
go.
of Cigars, MC, with their article titled Certified Cigar Sommelier Scam. The one we held up, stop, it's a scam. So they had wrote, for a few $100 American and a few hours of your time, you can call yourself Certified International Cigar Sommelier, and it's appalling, blah, 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 blah. We talked about that, right? It makes you a gullible victim of a scammer, nothing more, nothing less, a naive victim of a scam. Okay. So it says a day later, the IACS responded with its own post on Facebook.
Damn.
And they said, are we a scam? They said, recently an article on a cigar blog was published alerting the cigar community of our training being a scam. We understand everyone can share their thoughts on the web, but we feel we need to clarify some points as the article, and it goes deeper. So he summarizes it here.
Damn, so they were kind of doing some preemptive
there's some
damage control.
There's some ground beef going on. So
with rice?
Bro, don't get me started, man. That's what I had for lunch.
Had it yesterday.
It's a staple. All right, so he says, in this post, the association defends its courses. Let me go this way so that I can talk into the thing. Point of credentials. Most interesting part of the post to me is this line. We know the ideal cigar education should take months. So they know that it should take months. That's what they're saying right here.
Oh, this is the company saying it.
This is the company saying in response to the it's a scam. They said, we know the ideal cigar education should take months. However, in our best interest to spread the cigar culture around the world, we have developed a blended learning approach, including online learning and classroom training, and visits to farms and factories to complete more than 70 hours of education to certify our students as master cigar sommeliers. Our program is intensive but comprehensive. So they say 70 hours here, but on their website it's a 50-hour course. So there's a little bit of discrepancy going on. So this is the response that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So later in this article, it talks about how there's a little bit of a conflict of mission. Say, is the IACS in the business of rigorously training?
So is this Fine Tobacco saying this?
Yeah, quote unquote, master cigar sommeliers that are actually sommeliers, or are they about spreading the cigar culture around the world? Which sounds an awful lot like they're another way of being accessible to as many people as possible.
And by the way, we can put all these links in the description below.
Oh, we will. So basically, he's saying that on one hand, IACS is providing rigorous training to create quote unquote master cigar sommeliers. So when you think of the word master cigar sommelier, should only be a handful of people or a very small elite group of people.
Fact.
Right? But then on the other hand, they're saying that they're trying to spread the culture around the world and quote unquote be as accessible to as many people as possible.
Why can't they just be a service that
just a class.
A class,
just
and
a
then
class.
Be like, oh, this is our certificate of passing the class.
Yeah.
You know, you are very aware of certain cigar knowledge.
They shouldn't call it a cigar sommelier because a sommelier implies that you know a lot about cigars.
A lot.
They should just call it like you get a certificate from the IACAS course or whatever it is, you know? So anyway, so here's his thought on it.
It's Fine Tobacco's thought.
On the issue, I share MC's concern, so Ministry of Cigars concern. And the ICAS post doesn't address the core problem that we and others have with the program. It doesn't matter who is teaching. One day does not make you a sommelier.
One day does not make you a sommelier. That's the rhymes.
So another thing was that here's the description for the Los Angeles Cigar Sommelier Diploma course. So this is actually in the description when you go to click and shop. Okay. Certainly, the IACS Cigar Sommelier Certificate is the most complete and recognized cigar education degree all over the world. In this course, the participants should let that sink in. They say it's the most complete and recognized cigar education degree all over the world, probably because it's the only degree. Have you ever heard of any other degree? Like any other, I don't even call it a degree, okay? One day and you get a degree. Imagine going to college for one day and you get an electrical engineering degree.
Shit, I wish.
You kidding me?
Everyone would have a job done.
Are you serious? They'll be able to perform complex organoleptic analysis.
What was that word?
Organoleptic. It's a fancy way of saying tasting and smelling.
That's what it means?
Organoleptic. Like, I think...
you actually know what that word means.
No, but it says it right here, down here. Organoleptic is a fancy way of saying tasting and smelling cigars.
I was like, damn, son.
Okay, so then they said, in addition, they'll be capable to provide advice on tobacco management. Therefore, the participant will become an expert and key opinion leader in the fascinating world of cigars. So they're claiming...
An expert and a key opinion leader.
They're claiming that in one course, I don't think it's one day because it's probably 50 hours. I think it was said 50 hours. So but in one short course...
A week worth of 9 to 5. Monday to Friday.
They're claiming that you can be an expert by taking one course. An expert. They're claiming it. It's right there.
That's a bold statement, Cotton.
So, and I love what he says here. Matthias says, first, no one can, quote unquote, acquire all the technical knowledge of tobacco in 48 hours. In the course, it's 50, so he's rounding here. He's
2 days.
2 days. No one is that smart, nor do the course's teachers have all the knowledge in the first place. Second, the jargon, organoleptic analysis is a fancy way of saying tasting, smelling cigars. Jargon aside, that certainly can't be taught to the level of sommelier in one day. Developing a palate takes time.
Fact.
Lastly, the promise that the participant, quote, the participant will become an expert and key opinion leader in the world of cigars. No, you won't.
No, what did he say?
He just says, no, you won't. These benefits simply cannot be delivered on. They can't be taken seriously. Bottom line is it a course to expand your knowledge? Is it a good course to learn more about cigars? Absolutely. But can you call yourself legitimately a master or an expert? No. No, you can't. When you're taking karate, you take one karate class. Are you a black belt?
Hell no.
Are you an expert? Can you teach this? That's another thing. Can you teach it? Because that would be, if you took one course, can you go and then teach the course?
Hell no.
No. Take one course in college. Go take a course in college. Can you flip around and then teach it?
Most people can probably take in 20% of what they learned without vigorously studying and reviewing it. I mean, just like they took the course for 2 days, 3 days, they probably retain about maybe 20% of all.
Yeah, I think it'd be more valuable to just read up on cigars, visit different factories, smoke cigars, do your own tastings, have a journal, write down the cigars. You learn.
There's so many resources. You got podcasts, the Burndown. You just have YouTube in general. Just look up what's in a cigar. How do I taste cigar? Million different videos. Read a book, the cigar book, multiple cigar books. Read online articles. If you really want to know, again, I really think it's people get a piece of paper. Hey, look at me! Yay!
And like we said, for the people that have taken it, right? It's great. You're developing your knowledge. You're expanding your knowledge on cigars, and you're using it as a tool to learn more.
We're not talking about anyone in particular. For people that
you know what I'm saying, and we're not like saying, all right, you're the people that we're talking to, that people that we're referring to are the ones that they take this piece of paper and they're waving it around on their back like they've painted a big fucking S on their chest, saying, "Oh my God, I'm an expert and I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread because I took a course." Like, chill. Okay.
What does it mean when you put an S on your chest? What is that?
I'm Superman.
Oh.
You didn't get that?
No, because I mean, there's a Lil Wayne song called "S on My Chest."
Yeah, it's Superman. Come on, bro. Clark Kent rips off his shirt. He's got the big S on his chest.
I thought it meant like a target, like you have to get shot. But okay, that's just me.
So that's what we're referring to, is when you take the course, great, but don't wave it around like it's a freaking gold medal.
Well, this day and age, everyone's flexing on social media, so you get anything that is anything that's like worth mentioning. People say, hey, look at me, I just took a class, I got this. Some people are like, oh, I am a master, I know everything, I'm the best. Not up in here. So that's all we're saying. You want to get knowledgeable, by all means, but chill with calling yourself a master.
So, in our humble opinion, we think that you should probably save the $350, $400, or $700 if it's in person. Just go read a book.
$30, $20.
You read it for a freaking library card.
You're well off.
And you'll learn more. You have Google. You have all the information at your fingertips.
You got Eric, who's got cliff notes of the cigar book.
Okay, you got the burn now. We'll teach you about cigars, okay?
Wow,
anyway.
That was fun.
That was a good one. So, if you like this episode, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the bell to be notified for every single time we drop a new video. Please check out our website, www.burndownpodcast.com. All the information will be in the description below. Find out how to become a member and get entered into monthly giveaways plus partner discounts. And that's going to do it for us on what does it mean to be a cigar sommelier and why we don't really think it's that great.
It's not worth it. So that's the Burn Down Hour. Until next time, I'm Eric. That's Justin. Chintan, chin chin, salud.
Salud.